The sun was dying behind the mesas when the stranger rode into Dust Storm Creek, a fading desert town clinging to its last breath. Winds dragged long shadows over the abandoned main street, and the rusted sign of the Coyote Saloon creaked back and forth as if whispering secrets. Inside that saloon, a man sat alone. A man people called Rancher Cole Braddock. He was the kind of Western legend kids grew up hearing about. A tall, weather-worn cowboy with a hat pulled low and a jaw carved from old stone. He wasn't a talker. He wasn't a dreamer. He was a man who'd survived too much to be impressed by anything new. But that changed the moment you walked in. The saloon door swung with a bang, and every lantern flame shivered. A woman stepped inside like she owned the dust, the room, the world itself. Her coat fluttered behind her like a midnight flag. Her boots left soft prints in the sawdust-covered floor. No one knew her name. No one ever forgot her face. For full 10 seconds the saloon went silent. Cars stopped midair. Whiskey glasses froze halfway to lips. Cole didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. Her eyes settled on him, sharp, storm-gray eyes that made a man confess things he'd buried 10 years ago. She walked straight toward him. Her steps were slow, controlled, dangerous. The walk of someone used to being chased, hunted, cornered, yet somehow still in control. Cole's voice scraped out low. "Ma'am, you lost." A faint smile curved on her lips. Not anymore. She sat opposite him. Close. Too close. Cole could smell dust, leather, and something like danger wrapped in sweetness. "Name?" he asked. "Names are heavy," she whispered. "Let me stay light for now." Before Cole could answer, the saloon doors burst open again. 3 armed men stormed inside, faces covered, boots muddy, guns drawn. The woman didn't flinch. Cole didn't blink. The rest of the saloon dove for the floor. The lead outlaw pointed his gun at her. "Hand it over, sweetheart. You know what we're here for." Cole slowly stood up, towering, his hand inching toward the revolver at his hip. "You boys picked the wrong saloon," he said. The outlaw grinned through his bandana. "Nah, Rancher. We picked the right woman." Cole's eyes shifted to her. "You want to tell me what this is about?" he muttered. She stood up, calm as moonlight. Then she said the words that froze Cole Braddock's blood. "Wait, I'm taking it off." Her hands rose to her collar. Her coat slid off her shoulders. Cole, legendary, fearless Cole, turned to stone. Because under that coat wasn't a weapon, wasn't stolen gold, wasn't anything he expected. What she revealed was a U.S. Marshal's badge, burnished, gleaming, proof of authority in a land where law had dried up long ago. The outlaws stumbled back. She spoke in a voice so calm it felt like death whispering. "You boys just threatened a federal marshal." Then all hell broke loose. Gunshots split the saloon windows. Tables flipped. Whiskey bottles shattered. Cole grabbed her by the arm and dragged her behind the bar as bullets sliced past. "What in holy hell did you do to get hunted?" he yelled over the chaos. "I arrested the wrong man," she answered. "Or maybe the right one. Hard to tell out here." "You should have told me before we almost died." Her breath was quick, hot, close. "Would you have believed me?" Cole stared at her, dust falling around them, gun smoke thick in the air. "No," he admitted. Then he cocked his revolver. "Stay down. I'll handle this." But the woman grabbed his wrist. "No, we handle it together." Their eyes locked, and for the first time in years, Cole felt alive. The gunfight raged. Outlaws tried to storm the bar. Cole shot one's revolver clean out of his hand. She kicked another, so hard he hit the piano and slid under it. When the dust settled, 3 unconscious outlaws lay sprawled across the floor. The bartender peeked over the counter. "You too, or something else." The woman picked up her coat. "Rancher," she said softly. "They're not the only ones coming." "Who else?" Cole asked. "A whole lot worse." She turned toward the door. "I can't stay, and you shouldn't follow." But Cole stepped in front of her. "You brought trouble into my town. That makes it my problem." Their faces were inches apart. "Why, help me," she whispered. Cole's voice was deep, certain, immovable. "Because I don't let people get hunted in my town. And because—" He hesitated. I ain't letting you ride into danger alone. Her lips parted, surprised, shaken. You don't even know my name. He tipped his hat. Then start by telling me. She held his gaze a long, slow moment. Then, my name is Raven Hale. Cole smiled just barely. Well, Marshall Hale, looks like we're partners now. She stepped closer. Are you sure you're ready for what comes next? Cole glanced at the unconscious outlaws. I reckon I've been bored long enough. Raven paused at the doorway. Then saddle up, rancher. At sunrise we run. Fade to black. Dawn crawled over the desert like a wounded animal. Cole and Raven rode hard toward Hell's Canyon, where the gang leader, Duke Maddox, the most ruthless outlaw west of the Rio Grande, waited with 20 riders. The air was colder, the world quieter, like the desert itself was holding its breath. Cole glanced over at Raven. You sure Maddox is here? He wants me alive, she said. He needs the badge I took from him. Cole frowned. You took his badge? Raven looked straight ahead. He used to be a marshal before he became a monster. They reached the canyon mouth, narrow and echoing with the faint clinks of spurs. Then a voice thundered. Well, if it ain't the little marshal. Maddox stepped out, towering, red-bearded, meaner than a rattlesnake on its wedding day. Give me my badge, Raven. You were always meant to stand beside me, not against me. Cole raised his revolver. She ain't standing alone. Maddox smirked. You must be Braddock. Heard you were tough. Shame your grave's gonna be shallow. Then he whistled. Outlaws poured from both sides of the canyon. 20 guns cocked. Raven whispered. Cole, if things go bad, run. I ain't running. This isn't your fight. It is now. She looked at him. Really looked. And something soft cracked in her eyes. Then she said, All right, rancher. Let's end this. The canyon exploded with gunfire. Cole shot 3 riders off their horses before they even hit the ground. Raven rolled behind a boulder and took down 2 more with clean, merciless precision. Dust swirled. Bullets sparked off stone. Horses screamed. But Maddox wasn't fighting. He was watching. Finally, Cole spotted him slipping toward Raven. Raven, behind you. She spun just as Maddox grabbed her by the throat. You always were stubborn, he growled. You should have been my queen. Cole fired. The bullet hit Maddox's shoulder. Raven broke free and slammed her knee into his jaw. Maddox stumbled back, bleeding, furious. You two think love makes you strong. He spat. It makes you weak. Raven raised her revolver. No, Maddox. She fired. It makes us unstoppable. Maddox felt like a collapsing mountain. Silence settled over Hell's Canyon. Cole exhaled slowly. You all right? He asked. Raven stepped closer, dust on her face, victory in her eyes. I am now. The surviving outlaws dropped their guns and ran. The desert finally breathed again. Raven placed Maddox's old badge on the sand. Cole asked softly, So what now? Raven looked at him for a long, quiet moment. Then she smiled, tired, warm, real. Now, rancher, I stop running. Cole tipped his hat. Then stay a while. She stepped into him, close enough that the wind had to go around them. I think I will. As the sun rose over the canyon, Cole and Raven mounted their horses and rode back toward Dust Storm Creek. Together. The end.